session, we're going to be doing 4 stretches that you can do post-training or any time in the evening after training. So start up at kneeling, and you're going to bring your left foot forward. So you've got about 90 degrees, knee above ankle on the front leg, knee beneath the hip on the back leg. If you feel any discomfort in the back knee, then you can always fold the mat over or put a cushion or a jumper underneath your back knee, just to help cushion the knee. On your next inhale, we're going to lengthen through the top of your head. And as you exhale, think lower ribs drawing in, tailbone lengthening, and then gently pressing forward till you feel a stretch on the front of the right hip, so on your hip flexor on the right hand side. You're just pausing there. We can then reach the right arm up to the sky, reach up through the fingertips, and to take it even further, maybe even the hand behind the head or the neck, and drawing the elbow up and over. So think about length from the right knee all the way up to the elbow. And then easing back. You're going to bring the left foot slightly further forward and then lift the toes, draw them back towards you. Inhale to lengthen again through the top of your head. Exhale, try and hinge from the hips as much as you can. Don't worry if you can't. That might be enough to stay there and just twist slightly to the left. Or if you can find the ground with the right fingertips, then reach the left arm up to the sky. Wherever you are, you're thinking about the left heel digging down and drawing back towards you. As you open the body, maybe even look up to the sky. Good. From there, both hands come down to the inside. We'll walk them forward. Then one hand either side of that front leg. We're going to bring the shin across so that the knee is outside of the hip on the left-hand side and the foot is over towards the right hip. Lifting the body, keeping the hips square, lifting the chest, allow the shoulders to relax back. And maybe you stay there, or if it feels okay, lower down to the elbows. But keep thinking about the hips staying square. You're not sinking down to one side or the other. The hips are staying square to the ground. From there, lift the body again. Bring the knees back alongside one another. We're going to bring the hips back over the heels. Knees slightly wider than your hips. And then walk the hands over to the left-hand side to come to a child's pose, but with a lean over to the left. You can always walk the right fingertips further away from you. Really hang back through the fingertips. Feeling the length on the right-hand side of the body as you lean to the left. And also just feeling the breath in the right-hand side. So every inhale, you imagine you're expanding into the ribs on the right-hand side of your body. And then slow to come up, back up to kneeling, and we'll repeat on the other side. So now bringing your right foot forward, ankle beneath the knee, looking for those 90-degree angles. Inhale, lengthen through the top of your head. Exhale, think lower ribs in, tailbone long as you press forward. Looking for the stretch on the front of the left hip. And then left arm can reach high. Maybe that's enough, or maybe the hand goes behind the neck or the head. And taking hold of it, leaning over to the right. So again, this side you're thinking from knee to elbow, maximum length. As we bring the hips back, we can walk that front foot a little bit further forward. So then we straighten out the front leg, toes draw back towards you. Think about the chest leading as you rock forward slightly. Don't worry if you don't go very far, that might be plenty enough. And you can stay there and twist round to your right slightly. Or left fingertips come down. And then the right arm opens up to the sky, look up at the thumb. And you're thinking about the right heel dragging back and down. And also the right hip crease pressing towards the back of the mat. Good. Both hands can come down to the inside as you walk forward. Bring the hands either side and the shin across. And then you're coming to your pigeon pose. So going as low as you can, but without knocking to one side or the other. You still want to feel strong, like the sides of the hips are drawing into the midline. And then you can either stay there or lower down to your elbows. But again, just checking in that the hips are square to the ground and also to the top of the mat. Good. From there, we'll lift up. Slide the knees back alongside. Bring the knees slightly wider than the hips. And then we'll take child's pose, but this time over to the right hand side. Really stretching and reaching through the left fingertips. Feeling that stretch on the left hand side of the body. And feeling as though you're breathing and expanding into those ribs on the left hand side. And then coming back through center. Well done.